Hello, hello. How we doing tonight, everyone? I am doing great, Justin. Thank you. Can you guys see my screen all right? And I have something to run by you all. I have a quick question for you. What's up, Ace? First time I am noticing you in here. Nice to have you with us. I'm thinking of moving these, and I don't know why it has not been moved earlier, but why the hell are we reviewing the market and doing an analysis when it's already opened, right? And I mean, it doesn't change anything since I only trade personally the New York session, but I feel like it could be more useful for my Asian session traders here and even my London traders to have this outlook be a little bit earlier. So how would you guys feel about 5 p.m. just before open outlook, right? We used to do them at 5 p.m. back in the day, and I feel like that would be a little better. You know what? I'm going to roll a poll in the announcement, so definitely be on the lookout for this. I'm just going to actually, you know what? I'm going to start the poll now, because if not, I'm going to forget, right? I'm only human, and I do tend to forget them. So time change for weekly outlooks, ? And we'll say 5 p.m. EST or at 8:30 p.m. EST. So you guys will be able to go vote there. I'll let it run for 3 days. Why not? Why not? So please do go vote there. It's very easy. It takes you guys just a second to go vote. And it actually helps me adjust these things to you guys, right? As the community grows, I like to make sure that everyone has a time to be included in these events, right? So definitely take a second and go vote there. I would very much appreciate that. But enough talking about that stuff. Let's talk about our beautiful charts, which for the last 2-3 weeks have been going down, right? We know as traders that whether it goes up or down, there's always opportunity to make money, right? There's always people going to be willing to bet against you, and hence always going to be liquidity to fill your orders. But for some people, having these downswings is bad. So we just have to remind ourselves, right, when we're advertising on social media and stuff like this, these are times of uncertainty, right? People are scared. But coming near the, elections are over, but coming near the inauguration of Trump and everything like that, we are going to see volatility. It's going to be a very volatile time. The start of Trump in office is going to be an extremely volatile time for the markets. At least that is what I believe. So I know that coming in, I'm going to be a little bit more careful. It does not mean I will be trading low risk. You guys might be used to hearing me say that, oh, well, not the best week to be trading, so I'm going to go half risk, right? But today, this is not true. And in the future, it is not true either. It is not bad so that I need to remove risk, right? Be safer. But I will just be picky about my trades, and I will be willing to walk away from the charts even as the day starts, because there are some days that are just going to be too volatile for me to have a consistent edge into it, and I don't want to be gambling here. I want to be trading where I have an edge, and those are in volatility, of course, but not in 1400 handle days. So definitely going to be a bit more careful on that end. Other than that, I'm looking for the same thing, right? Lower, lower, lower. And due to the fact that we've hit a key area, and once again, I do need to update these. I will at some point. I want to bring back our anchored IPDA data ranges. Beautiful indicator by 2 degrees. No need to remake what is already perfectly made. At least that is what I believe. But what do we know about these ranges, right? And let's just bring in a little coloring. I should really just keep one on my chart at all times. Every time I bring them up, I hate the purple. I like the red for the premium there, and I bring the opacity down. All the indicators I use, by the way, whether they're made by me or not, are all linked under official links. So if ever you're curious, you can just ask me, or you can just go look under official days. I don't use a look forward, but I like to look at these ranges, and as I often talk about, look at specific SMT within these ranges. All right, so last week we invalidated there was SMT here, and we discussed that this would actually be a target for us due to the fact that we kept retesting this specific level. But now that this target has been met, we are left with this very beautiful SMT that has been going on for a while, right? What is that? Since the 18th of December, we've seen SMT at this level, right? But now NASDAQ has finally reached a key objective. Relative equal lows, we have taken them out. So we could see a reversal at this point. Now, why do I say could and not should, right? Why am I not telling you guys, oh, I want to see a reversal here? Because I don't necessarily need it to stop here, right? We talked all during these times since August where we were going higher, we talked about all the liquidity we were engineering lower, right? All of these levels that I kept telling you guys that I want to see being taken out before we continue higher. This is still the plan. As you guys can see, I have kept my drawing on ES. I just like seeing it. Gives me a little confidence booster when I'm right? So I like to keep it on my chart. But all of these levels, I still want to see taken out. So could we see some sort of short-term reversal? Yes, but I want us to leave these levels above open. All of this low resistance liquidity that we're creating, I want us to leave this so that we can have a very low resistance move to the upside later. I want to see us reach these objectives lower. This is the main goal. Now, we're talking about a week here, right? It is not a monthly outlook. It is a weekly outlook. Do let me know if you guys want me to start doing some monthly outlooks with data and statistics. Definitely something I'd be willing to look into. Doing some monthly statistical outlook. Definitely have been having a lot of success on my end using the data directly. So wouldn't mind sharing that part. Let me know. But to keep going on the same track here, I don't need to see a reversal at this point, but I will be ready for it. How? Well, what if we are now ready to retrace higher? Well, I want to have my objectives ready. I'm also going to be looking for a swing point to form. So definitely early week, seeing some sort of retracement. No need to go into our premium, but I want to have my first premium array drawn out. I want to be ready for price to reach back into this level. And you know what? I like to utilize lines for this. I have FVG high and FVG low, and this is a daily bearish FVG. I only ever draw higher time frame PD arrays in relation to premium and discount. So just me saying that this is a minus fair value gap, which means bearish, I understand that it is premium. So I never have to look at the premium and discount of my higher time frame range because I know from the lines I drew. Right? This is me doing my weekly prep. I don't usually show this in the weekly outlook. Sometimes I do, but this is what my chart looks like afterwards. I have these lines so that when I go into lower time frame, I can see these lines better, more clearly. And I oftentimes like to draw premium and discount, and not premium and discount, but a midline to it so I can know my consequent encroachment. But this is something I do on the day of when we're trading within it. On the short term, as I said, we are very bearish. I'm anticipating a continuation lower, but we could see some sort of retracement. Now I have this level, but I don't need it to retrace all the way up there. Just having us be a little lower on Monday and then retracing into this to have a CPI reversal. Because if you haven't seen the news, let me actually bring them back on the chart. We're going to have a very packed week, right? CPI moves the market quite a bit more often than it does not. Right, so we have PPI, CPI, and retail sales followed by unemployment claims. We're going to have some very nice movement in the middle of the week, at least to be expected, right? And with news like this, I would usually say I'm expecting a classic week. So for example, we'll see today form some sort of high of week within this fair value gap with here. I'll showcase it. Now we open and are going lower, but this doesn't matter. We can go here and then go back here and then go lower. This would be the main plan for the week. But with CPI being there, we could see just some sort of Wednesday reversal. So we could see a move going higher, and then of course, early on in the week going a little bit lower, going up to this fair value gap, or even going up to the first one, and CPI doing that leg lower that we see at the moment. So CPI being our big expansion loan. What's fun with CPI, though, is that speaking statistically, there is the majority of the time. And when I say majority, I do mean 70%. I don't mean 60%. So at least 70% of the time, and yes, that data will be available soon, you see CPI run onside with price. Just like NFP, which is not 70%, but is a similar number, you see it just run onside with price. So you have your early on set week movement, which is oftentimes just bullshit, just waiting for CPI. But of course, with PPI on Tuesday, I am going to be trading it, looking for some movement there. And then CPI just does a huge 150, 200 point move in one direction, retraces back into it, and then continues. So if it does this exact movement to the upside, which I am having a lot of difficulty with this, but if it does this move to the upside, CPI expands higher, then I'm going to be looking to target higher, right? So I'm going to be looking to target this fair value gap we were talking about, and possibly even go higher. I really don't want to see it trade past this level. The consequent encroachment, I always tell my students to use the correct words. This is the mean threshold because we're talking about an order block. ICT and its complicated term plan, the midline, okay? So I don't want to see us trade above that midline of that order block that we formed last week, forming the swing high, right? The high of the week. I don't want to see us trade back in here because us trading back in here tells me that we have a higher objective. And due to that higher objective, with all the low resistance being here, in my book, we're just going to blow past it. I want us to move lower before so that I can have a lot of confidence in this future uptrend. If we don't take out these levels, I'm always going to have them in the back of my mind that we could see a hell of a down run soon, right? And that's what we saw. Where was it? Right here. When was that? February. I hate February. I had a bad month, February 2024. But all of this, we were going higher. But leaving engineered liquidity below, not allowing me to trust these lows, right? And see what happened. Right, we had SMT at key IPDA data ranges levels, which we had to go take out, and we had a huge down move for it, which is good as a trader as well, right? You had downside there, allowing for profitable shorts. But I want to see us go take out these levels before we go higher, because if we push back up one more time, I'm just gonna be anticipating us to fall down slowly right after, and this is a move that will take 2 to 3 months and will be very high resistance. I don't want to be trading in these conditions, right? I prefer to be trading in a condition where we have taken out all necessary liquidity and, of course, some sort of SMT to form at this level, right? Mainly looking for ES to take out these levels now, just looking at it from a perspective of which one is closer, right? ES is definitely way closer, just being like 3%, not even, okay, under 1%. I am unfamiliar with ES moves, but definitely ES is reaching for these, but perhaps these lower levels could be taken out by ES while NASDAQ just takes out one of these two levels. Just as a reminder, if ES takes out the level, there is still liquidity on NASDAQ at this level. But in the short term, I treat NASDAQ as if it did take out that level as well. So if I see ES take out these levels, let's just say I'm not going to move it actually, because that's locked in. Take out one of these levels, let's say on Tuesday, or let's just say with CPI, then I could frame some sort of reversal on NASDAQ still, because as I told you guys many times before, I prefer trading NASDAQ, just usually allows me to have more risk to reward on my trades. So I'm still, if ES takes out this level, I'm going to consider NASDAQ to have taken it out, even if it is a bit lower here. Best case scenario would be for us to form SMT with one of these two levels right here, IPDA look back levels, pretty much. I was looking for a good word for them, couldn't find one, so sorry for that, but these important swing points would be a key area to form some SMT for us to then run higher. So a lot of information there, a little bit split up into pieces, but the truth is I'm just looking for us to continue to fall down, and that would be best case scenario that we go reach for these levels, anticipating the following upside move. But I'm also going to be ready for a reversal And same thing I always tell you guys, right? I'm going to be looking at the news. I'm going to be looking at SMT at the news release, time-based manipulation. And if I get that, then I get a setup and I don't need to know more than that. But on the short term, definitely looking for us to go grab these levels lower. Do we have any questions about this analysis? I know I'm not including any statistics for you guys. For now, I want to keep it for the early users of the app, right? I do share statistics here and there, but before I make it like a regular event that we're going to be analyzing the week statistically speaking, I want to make sure that we have a stronger user base. Honestly, it is that simple. More people, and then I can start sharing more. How does Rice Statistics make me money? That is a great question, and one that I prefer not to answer, because the goal of the app is not to make traders money. That's the truth. Will it make traders money? It can in multiple ways. You can look at candle profiles to understand time-based reversals when there are higher probability and good confluences for those. You can look at the retracements analysis to all of a sudden, for me at least, I couldn't trade in the PM session. I couldn't trade late in the AM session, but now I built frameworks around these retracements, which is all data available inside the app, and you don't need to search for it. There's a whole framework tab that allows me to have high probability targets during specific time windows of the day. And these are dynamic targets because you never open at the same place, right? Just things like these are just framing the surface of it, right? I just spoke about one thing for two different analysis pages, right? There's a lot that can be done from it, but it's really, for me, it's all about just learning more about how the markets are booked. That's just my personal passion. So there are a lot of ways that Rice Statistics can make money for traders, but this was never the intention. I'm going to be honest with you guys, right? I think transparency goes a long way, and me telling you guys the actual why it is made definitely is. But there are going to be some more trading related contents in the app in the future, but that is not something that we're following up on in the short term for sure. Does that answer your question, Perez? You hit me with a full-on sales question right away. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesman. I'm not good at that stuff. I just do and make cool shit. Yeah, definitely, right? If you're buying an indicator, it's because you want that indicator. That indicator will help you in your trading and hence help you make money. So looking at the data from the app, your average range levels, will they help you make money? Well, if you know how to use them, but I don't teach you how to use them. So how can I tell you, buy the Rice Statistics app, it will make you money, when I'm not teaching you how to use it yet, right? Right now, the focus is on bringing more data, bringing more content to the app. It is not on helping users use it. At the end of the day, it's going to be an educational platform because there's going to be so much data about different concepts and how to use them. But that is not a priority in the short term. First, we have to bring more content to the app. I hope you understand what I mean by this, but definitely something for the future that we're going to be looking into. Is just, I'm not going to try and sell you on the fact that this will help you make money right away. There are a lot of people that are talking to me about how they use it to make money, and definitely some inspiring stuff there. But at the end of the day, data doesn't make a trader. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Awesome. Do we have any questions related to this outlook before we call it a day? As you guys might have seen from the announcement, I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. I'm going to be solely working. I'll still be in here. I post a chart or two, but I try and keep my no trading days as no charting days as well. So if you guys have any questions, I'm always available in general. Tag me. Don't be afraid. But on that note, I'm going to wish you all a great night. Good luck trading this week. And we'll see each other on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday for our price action reviews. You guys have a good one. Thank you for being here as always. Very appreciated. Have a good one, guys.